So let's talk lighting styles, and I'll kind of move through these pretty quickly, and then we'll get into shooting some pictures. One of the first things we need to think about is camera height. Camera height matters. So if your model's sitting on the stool or even standing there, you have basically three options: above the model, at the model's head, or below the model, right? And when I say the model, in this case, we're talking about shoulders and head. If you shoot up high and down on the model, you get a shorter neckline. And if we're into beauty shots, which is kind of what we're after today, that neck can be very glamorous and very nice. And so we don't necessarily want to hide the neck. A lot of times we want to show the neck. At the same time, we don't want to be like this. You don't want to be like shooting up from way down below, because what does that do? It shows the double chin. So the ideal case for this is slightly below. So we're going to shoot just a little bit below, so we get some of that nice neckline, but not so low that we're showing a double chin or something like that. So camera height matters, and we'll shoot a couple of examples of that as we move on. Let's talk about proximity to background. I skipped a slide there, but I'm just going to kind of talk through that slide I skipped. Proximity matters. It really matters how close you are to that background to get that beauty shot and that beauty look. If you're close to the background, that means that your main light can spill onto the background. And that's what we're after today. A lot of times you'll hear photographers telling you that you have to be a long ways away from the background. And most of the time that's the case, because you want that background to fade away into nothingness and get all blurry. But today, since we are only using one flash, we have to find a way to light that background. And the only way to do that is to be pretty close to that backdrop. So you can see I've already got the stool set up here, and you can see that I am about a foot away from that backdrop. We'll shoot a couple images. I'm going to show you what it looks like to be 1 foot away, 3 feet away, 5 feet away, and you'll see how important it is to be close to make that background look white. Okay, so proximity to background matters. I left my clicker over here. And then let's talk about some of the lighting styles. And I realize that we talked a lot about gear, and so I think what I might do is just real quickly just describe the lighting styles that we're going to shoot today, and then we'll get right into shooting. So lighting style 1 is all around a softbox. And this is what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a softbox and create something called butterfly lighting. Butterfly lighting. A butterfly light, the idea here is that if you put the softbox up high, the shadow from the nose falls right down here by the upper lip. And the shape of the nose actually creates a butterfly shape between the upper lip and the bottom of the nose. It used to be called Paramount lighting for the old Paramount studios as well. So we're after kind of that look. So a softbox up high, and then this butterfly light is going to give us that little shadow underneath the nose. The next style we're going to shoot, if it clicks, is I'm going to show you a beauty dish. In this case, not an actual beauty dish, but the Photix Raha. So we're going to show you a beauty dish and a reflector, and I'll show you a bunch of different looks with that beauty dish. The next one after that, I'm going to show you how to use an umbrella. So we're going to use this we'll do a small umbrella, and then we'll go to the big umbrella, and then we're going to throw in something called a V-flat. And the V-flat is that big black thing there in the background. And what that is a big barn door type setup. And the inside of that's all white. And we're just going to reflect lots of light onto the subject. Just massive, huge, large light. Just whoa. It's all about the sounds. Whoa. And then we're going to go to another set. And this is, we're going to use a reflector. So I'm going to use the reflector as the key light. So we're literally going to shine the flash into the reflector. And then we're going to use other reflectors to help reflect light back onto the subject. So that's like the least expensive scenario we'll shoot. And then this one, lighting style 5, I don't really have a name for it. It's just, we're going to throw everything at it. We're going to have a nice big softbox. We're going to have a reflector down low, reflectors on the sides. Basically, we're going to create a light sphere around the model just to create this beautiful flat light. And then the last one, I think I have style 6 here. We're going to do something interesting, and we're going to put the softbox behind the subject, directly behind the subject, and then we're going to use reflectors in the front to shine light back onto the subject, and you'll see what that looks like. And that's one way to always get a really white backdrop, is to put the model in front of the light itself.